Hi everyone, I just wanted to talk to you today about collaborative divorce. If you've never heard of the collaborative process, then I hope you will learn something from this video. This is a new emerging process that was just adopted into law in Florida in July 2017, and it is a new alternative dispute resolution process for people entering a divorce. And most people know about mediation as an option or regular traditional litigation. When you think about getting divorced, you typically think, I need to hire an attorney and speak to an attorney. And yes, that may be true because attorneys ultimately help you to navigate the law, and getting married requires the law because you've entered into a legal contract that you now need to figure out how to dissolve. And you also want to do it in an amicable way. But going through a divorce process is more than a legal process. There's also a financial part to going through a divorce process and an emotional part. So divorce is really comprehensive in what you truly are dealing with. And attorneys are only best equipped to handle the legal part of divorce. So the greatest thing about collaborative divorce as a process is that it's a multidisciplinary process. It uses the professional input and support of a mental health trained facilitator. They're not acting as a therapist. I am a collaboratively trained facilitator, and my role in the collaborative process is not to be a therapist, but really to help with the emotional and communication aspects of divorce. And what I do is help coordinate the entire process, keep communication transparent, and make sure everybody's on the same page, and continually identify the interests and needs of the spouses going through the divorce process, making sure that we can help to problem solve and address both spouses' needs and interests through the process. So I am acting as a facilitator through the process, and that includes inside and outside of the team meetings that we have. There's a financial neutral that is enlisted to be part of a collaborative process team, and instead of hiring two separate forensic financial specialists, you hire one who is assessing all the financial aspects of your estate and how to best separate them out. They're able to, in the team meetings, give you different options and ideas of how it's financially feasible, and they inform you on all the financial aspects that you need to know in making the most informed decision from a financial standpoint of separating out and dissolving all of your assets in a mutually acceptable way. So a mental health facilitator is brought into the process, a financial neutral is brought onto the process, and in all cases there's two attorneys that will represent each spouse through the process, and their role is to educate and inform their clients of what the law says, to help give them parameters that they can become aware of, what the aspects are if they were to take this to court, and what is legally feasible and sound to do in making decisions in dissolving their marriage. So we work as a team, and the interesting piece about the collaborative process is that both attorneys and the professional team, including the clients, the spouses, we all sign what's called a participation agreement, and that binds us to the process, so that if the process was to fall apart, then each of the spouses wouldn't be able to take the professionals to the legal through the legal process. On one side of that, that's excellent because it really helps the attorneys maintain investment in helping the clients come to mutually acceptable agreements within the process, as opposed to getting frustrated and making threats and then just threatening to pull out of the process. They're very much invested, and their mindset has very much shifted to be more of a collaborative, cooperative mindset, where they're trying to really help both clients, even though they are there for their individual client, but they're invested in helping them come to a mutually acceptable agreement. So we are part of a team, and we sign a participation agreement that binds us to the process. So we're very much invested in helping them resolve all of their disputes or marital matters in the collaborative process. And so that's what it is, and I hope that's been helpful, at least educating you. The benefit of this process is that it really encourages and facilitates the ongoing good faith of both spouses through the process, and it has long-lasting effects after the fact, because even though perhaps spouses may not have been able to be amicable and agree and communicate effectively in their marriage, they learn new skills through the process of the collaborative divorce process. And so they then leave with those communication skills and problem solving skills. And this is especially beneficial when there's kids involved. It's beneficial because there's a benefit to the emotional aspect of going through a divorce. It's not as emotionally taxing as some litigation cases can be in a divorce process. And it's definitely supportive when there's kids involved, because we are child focused in a collaborative process. So we want to keep the interests and needs of children in the forefront of our decision making in every team meeting. And so that's part of the process of collaborative, which is really great. It's a private process. It stays out of the courts. There's nothing on public record except for the final marital settlement agreement, which is submitted. So it maintains the confidentiality of people going through a divorce. And so there's many benefits to it. There's research that's beginning to be collected that is showing that in 94% of cases are settled through the collaborative process, and that the financial burden to paying for the process seems to be less than going through litigation or mediation in a lot of cases. And that's still research that's being accumulated right now as we speak. But I hope that's been helpful at informing you about the collaborative process. And if you want to learn more about the collaborative process, feel free to call, email me at Tammy@mycounselingconnections with an S at the end.com, or go to my website, www.mycounselingconnections with an S at the end.com. Take care.